Hi there. How are you, my beautiful beings? How are you feeling? So, I received a comment today. Finally! After months and months of not receiving hardly any comments. There was a comment today. And, in the past, I would have taken that offensively, so to speak. It was... But for that person, I mean, they're probably not around anymore because of the comment that was saying that it felt like when I was talking, I was forcing more than, it felt like I was forcing. I was talking about one of the courses that I had created earlier in the year. For those of you who've been following the videos from the very beginning, you might notice that some of the videos look different. They'll have a different background. Since I've been doing my coaching course, so many hours go towards that at the moment because my goal, I guess, my vision is to be of service, and I want to be the best I can be for you. So I have been acquiring all these beautiful techniques and tools over the last few months so that I can be the best that I can be when I serve you. That's my purpose. That's all I care about. Being of service. As I was looking back and I was thinking about this comment I was talking about the forgiveness course that I had just completed at the time. And I realize now, getting towards the end of this year and how much I have evolved this year, how much I've changed, When I had just done the forgiveness course, yes, I was all excited about all the information that had come through. This was my path. This was what I had to go through to get here. It's the process that I fell in love with. What people don't realize with the forgiveness course, they think forgiveness and they don't realize the magic that it unlocks. Forgiveness is really about going from resentment to peace. That's what it really is about, because when we can't forgive, we're in resentment, we're angry that someone has done us wrong, right? This is the whole process. And so we hold on to that, but that becomes our prison. We're not free while we're angry at others out there that have hurt us. And so the whole process of forgiveness has been the last 10 years that I've been going through all of this. And my beautiful spirit team was giving me all the tools of how to put this together in a way that someone else could do this without having to go through the whole 10 years that I've been through to get here. Because the realization that you get at the end of the whole forgiveness process is that there was nothing to forgive in the first place. When you really, really get it, when you understand it. But to get to that point, for me, I had to go through the module of forgiving others. I had to go through that step. Then I had to go through the next step, forgiving myself. And then the next step, the taking action. That was the process for me to get to this point of realization that, once you do all of that, there was nothing to forgive. It's the experience you need to go through to get to the other side of it. Now, as they were speaking, as they put the comment up, I've realized I understand what they're talking about. And, I thanked them for their feedback, because everyone has a right to their opinion. Of course, everyone's going to, watch these videos and feel differently about them. It's not going to resonate with everybody. We always talk about that. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. But what was coming up as I was listening, as I was reading that comment and then I'm listening to guidance, is that I was in such a different space back then. When I had finished doing my beautiful forgiveness course and I was given all this information for the courses to come, because then there was the self-love course, then there was the A.W.A.K.E.N course, and then they just kept flooding me with all these downloads of courses that, my spirit team, that they wanted me to put together. And I'm happy doing all the creative part. Creating all of that is my happy place. I love doing all of that. Like when I create the books for them, they give me the downloads and then I have to go through the whole process of getting them published. I love all of that. But what was new for me this year, which has been why the books haven't moved hardly, is the selling part. So many of us have an issue with selling. We feel that it's icky, that it's wrong. And even, that was mirrored in one of the comments, that spiritual beings, if we get all this information for free, we shouldn't be charging for it. So what happened? As I was finishing the beautiful courses, there were all these limiting beliefs around money and around selling. You see, if you sell from the point of view that you're making money from something and that you're getting this for free, then of course it's going to feel yuck. Because why am I charging for something that I'm getting for free? That's not right. But if you look at it as you are serving others and that this is an exchange, and that exchange allows you to pay for your electricity, it allows you to pay for your water bills, it allows you to pay for your lifestyle so that you can continue to provide this service, then the conversation becomes very different. And in that moment that I read that comment, I had so much love for myself back then. Mind you, this was only like 8 months ago. I was looking at myself 8 months ago with all those limiting beliefs. And they're like shackles. All these beliefs that we have around anything. But for most of us, we have so many beliefs around money. Spiritual people can't charge for their services. Money's the root of all evil. Only bad people, corrupt people have a lot of money. I grew up with all of that constantly being said in my home. That only drug dealers have a lot of money. Only, well, pretty much all the bad people were the only people that had lots of money. Was the belief that my parents had that was repeated constantly at home. Constantly. Only bad people had money. There was that judgment that good people don't have money. But they're just limiting beliefs. They keep us stuck from our potential. Anything that you believe that is not the truth of who you are, if you believe that you are unconditional love, if you believe that you are spirit in human form, these are not even beliefs, they're just the truth of who you are. So I had so much love for what I've been through, having to carry those beliefs that weren't even mine for so long. And what happens? Because we're contracted around that whole idea that we've created all of this, but we can't charge any money for it. We aren't able to sell it, and other people don't have access to it. If I wasn't promoting the books, if you didn't even know that these books are out there and they cost whatever they cost and you can't even get access to them, you have no access to the information that I've been given to share with you if you can't get a copy of the book. Now, when people think, oh, you got all that for free, the information, the downloads, I receive for free. But each book cost me between $3,000 to $4,000 to publish. And the months that it took me to type them up into my computer, that's work. Real work. If I was in a company and I was given all these sheets to type up, to put into a computer, to then have it published as a book, I would consider that work. But I couldn't get past the fact that I was given the information for free. Yes, I was given the information for free, but I had to put it into something that you can access the information. The same with the courses. I have to keep paying out of my pocket for these courses to exist online. They're not just sitting there for free. This is what people don't realize. When they're like, oh, or when you give them a course and they decide, oh, you know what, now I've got access to this course, I'm going to pass it on to everyone else. There's so many things that you don't take into account It takes people hours, months, sometimes years to put these courses together, to gather all this information, to put it in one place so that you have access to it. When you are paying that being for that course, for the book, for whatever it is that they're putting out there for you, it is your way of saying thank you for making this accessible. I have access to this now. Otherwise, I couldn't. I wouldn't have access to this information. Every time I've bought a book and I've gained beautiful wisdom from it, I'm always grateful. I'm not resentful that I spent $30 on the book or $20 or whatever it cost me. I'm so grateful. All the courses I've done, all the beautiful information that I've gained, all the wisdom, I'm grateful for every single cent that I have spent for what I now have within me. There's no resentment. I'm grateful that they put in the time. I'm grateful that they put it together. And there's another thing that happens. If there is no exchange, it's like there's an imbalance from your end. If there's no exchange, then you think, oh, there's no value. There's no value. Why is she giving it away for free? Do you realize that a lot of people think that? Now this is funny. I bring this up. So much is coming through. When I published Your Past is a Gift, I was so in love with the information that came through that I was giving it away to everyone for free. The ebook, the digital book. I was giving it away. And guess what happened? I think I gave away more than 50 copies. Not one person read it. Not one. Because if she's giving it away, it can't be very good. If she's giving it away, it has no value. But this is something that came through today as I was reading that comment about how I was coming across, and it was because of my insecurities around my limiting beliefs around money. I was uncomfortable, asking for money for these beautiful courses, even though they cost me money to keep them running for you to have access to them. But what was coming through so strongly more than that, because always, remember, always, everything is serving you. Money is serving you. So if you are feeling that you are unworthy, I have gone through so much work within myself around money this year. And the latest book is mostly around that topic, because that's where I've been at. And so Spirit always uses me as an example. What we don't realize is that money is neither here nor there. It's not good and it's not bad. It's not evil. It's not corrupt. We're the ones that create the relationship with money around, because of the beliefs that we have, because of what we've been taught through our childhood, and we've taken that on through church, through our parents, through society in general, that there's a lack and scarcity of money. I was having a walk with my daughter the other day, and we were having a conversation, and I was saying to her, I can't for the life of me think why I still sometimes think that there's a lack and scarcity around money. Because lately, I don't know why I keep feeling that there's a lack and scarcity around money, because lately there's this voice that's right in my ear constantly telling me it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. Those numbers that I keep looking at in my bank account, they're not real. We use money, we use it to create. Money is serving you. It's creating this experience for you. That experience that you had with your parent that made you feel you weren't worthy, you weren't good enough. When we leave home and that parent's no longer around us, Spirit is still serving us through the beings around us, but not just the beings, everything, including money. We're still using money to tell ourselves, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. And that's why my bank account has $10 left in it. And it's Christmas. So as I'm walking with my beautiful daughter, and I'm saying to her, you know what? I am so done with this lack and scarcity. Mostly because it's not mine. This is something I've had to learn to be here in this human experience, to have this human experience. But what we do is we give our power over to money and we say, you are more important than us, more powerful than us. We give our power over to you. And I'm done living that way. I'm done because I know that I'm here for more than being a slave or a servant to something that is not real. It's not real. But just like resentment, we use it to create a cage around us. Because the truth is, my beautiful beings, we are afraid of our potential. We're afraid of how powerful we truly are inside, of what we're capable of. And so we use all these things outside of us to keep us small. So I love myself 8 months ago that I was using money to keep myself small. Using money to tell myself I'm not worthy, I don't deserve, I'm not good enough to have the life that I desire. So, my beautiful beings, this is my truth. It may resonate with you, it may not. Your experience with money may be completely different. My daughter's experience of money is completely different. When we were walking, she was saying, I don't get it, Mum. She says, to me, there's always an abundance of money. Because whenever she's needed something or she's wanted something, it's always there. We always get it for her. And sometimes money has nothing to do with it. When she was born, I was having this conversation with my mother-in-law on Sunday. That's 2 days ago. I'm trying to think what day it is now. That was on Sunday. And we were remembering all the beautiful things that we received from my daughter when she was born from my piano students, because I'd been teaching for so long and so many of them knew that I'd been trying to get pregnant for over 10 years. So many of them knew. We received prams, cots. To be honest, we didn't have to buy anything but nappies. And even then we were given bags of nappies to start with. Neighbors were bringing around food for us to freeze when she was born so that we wouldn't have to worry about cooking for the first 2-3 weeks. We had food frozen for almost a month for us to get started with her and not have to worry about what are we going to cook. It was incredible. Clothes, I had clothes for her, secondhand clothes, till she was about 7-8 years old. That she'd be, princess dresses. We had all these gorgeous princess dresses. She would go to the park in them. I didn't have to worry about her wrecking them because they were so expensive. No, they were given to her. Toys, books. We had a house full of things given to us that we didn't have to spend a cent on. Somehow we believe that abundance has something to do with money. And that's not the case, because we were shown, we were more than shown what abundance truly is when she was born. She came to show us what abundance is. And it had nothing to do with money. Nothing. You can have all the money in the world and still feel poor inside and still feel that you are lacking. Money isn't the issue. It's not the problem. Money is serving you in your beautiful human experience. And it has been serving me in mine. And I'm grateful for every experience I've had. So, my beautiful beings, thank you for that comment, for that beautiful person that helped me to see how beautiful I was in all my limitations. Helped me to see the space that I was in. I was so contracted around money. So contracted. So my beautiful beings, we'll talk more in the next video. There's something that's coming up. We love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. Bye for now.